Okay, class. Who can tell me the whole story of Pocahontas?
I do.
Go ahead, then.
I have no idea.
Well, have you read the whole story of it?
Unfortunately, no.
But I can.
Okay, then, go ahead, Sasha.
Pocahontas was born in 1596 in Werowocomico, Virginia, USA. She was a Native American and lived in a wooden longhouse. She also helped her Native Americans and met the king, who was pleased with her saving her Native Americans and also John Smith from her father killing. They then go fishing. Sadly, she got sent to jail and John Rolfe saved her from her prison cell. Next, they got married and had a baby called Thomas. Pocahontas then went to the ship and unfortunately died in 1617 by the cause of smallpox. The end.
Wow, Sasha. That was an excellent story of Pocahontas you just told. You get an A+.
Yay. Thanks, Mr. Harvey.
No problem. And as for you, Salam, I can't believe you didn't read the story of Pocahontas. This was meant to be for last week's homework and it was due to today. Did you know that it is vitally important for you to read the story a lot of times and then tell us about it? But you didn't. That's it. I have no choice but to give you an F-. I am very disappointed in you.
Wah!
Salam, are you okay? I felt bad for you.
I'm not. The teacher said that I didn't read the story, so he gave me an F-.
But, Salam, you have to read the story because it is very important for your brain to stay energetic at all times. When we get home, we will continue to talk about this, okay? Now, calm down.
Okay, fine.
It's now home time. Also, the homework I will tell you immediately will be different. It is due to tomorrow. Anyways, the story that you will be reading and until now is The Princess and the Pea. I'll pass out this book to you both. Make sure you read this story a couple of times before you present it to me. Alright? Have a great afternoon and see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And okay. So, Salam, like I told you earlier at school, we will continue to talk about what happened and why have you got an F- when we get home, alright? Now that we are at home, let's continue. So, tell me, what things did you do instead of reading?
Well, I just played some games and watched videos on my computer.
Okay, then, I will give you advice. Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. That means that reading can give your brain the power to be smart, that reading is more important than playing, and also that means that you need to stop doing what is school inappropriate, like playing games or watch videos, and do what your school tells you, like reading, writing and any other school-appropriate things. This first part of the quote was inspired by Richard Steele, 1672 to 1729. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Okay, well, he's an Irish writer, playwright and politician, remembered as co-founder, with his friend Joseph Addison, of the magazine The Spectator. He was born in Dublin, Ireland, in 1672, while his sister was born in the previous year. When he was 4 and 5, his father died and her mother after that. Therefore, he had no parents, but instead, he was raised by his uncle and aunt.
Oh, that's sad. It makes me want to cry about his parents being killed.
I know. That event was very sad for us. Anyways, he went to Charterhouse School and met his old friend, Addison. He started at Christ Church, Oxford, first and then went to Merton College, Oxford. He then joined the Life Guards of the Household Cavalry in order to support King William's wars against France. In 1697, he was commissioned and rose to the captain rank within 2 years' time. In 1705, he left the army and it was perhaps because of the death of Lord Lucas, the 34th Foot's commanding officer. Steele was appointed to a position in the household of Prince George of Denmark, consort of Anne, Queen of Great Britain in 1706, and gained 48's favor of Robert Harley, Earl of Oxford. In 1713, he became a Whig member of Parliament and then got expelled for issuing a pamphlet in favor of the Hanoverian succession.
That event was also very sad for me because he literally got expelled from his pamphlet issues.
I know. I felt bad for him nowadays. Anyways, Steele was knighted and given responsibility for the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, London. He then returned to Parliament in 1715, for Boroughbridge. While at Drury Lane, Steele wrote and directed the sentimental comedy The Conscious Lovers, which was an immediate hit. However, he fell out with Addison and with the administration over the Peerage Bill 1719, and in 1724, he retired to his second wife's homeland of Wales, where he spent the remainder of his life. He was then a member of the Kit Kat Club. Both Steele and Addison became closely associated with Child's Coffee House in St. Paul's Churchyard. Before that happened, Steele then met Mary and became married. Mary then died, so he decided to remain in Carmarthen. During restoration of the church in 2000, his skull was discovered in a lead casket, having previously been accidentally disinterred during the 1870s.
And why did his skull accidentally get disinterred during the 1870s?
You'll soon find out. Anyways, they had a daughter called Elizabeth, and then in 1729, Steele was deceased and died.
I think this event is the saddest event I ever heard of in my life. It even makes me cry the most.
I know, it also makes me cry. But, anyways, did you know the story of what I explained to you so far?
Yep.
Okay, then, next up, we are going to read a couple of times The Princess and the Pea of what the teacher said to us.
You're right, Sasha. To be honest, I now think that reading is more important than playing after all.
That's much better, Salam. Anyways, let's read.
Sure thing.
So, Salam, do you now understand the story?
Yes, Sasha.
Good, because I also know this story as well. Now, we are prepared for tomorrow's story presentation and hopefully, you'll get a better grade. Agreed?
Agreed.
Alright, then, let's go eat our fruits, eat our dinner, take a shower, wear our PJs, brush our teeth, wash our faces and hop into bed.
Okay.
Okay, now we are ready for bed. Good night, Salam.
Good night, Sasha.
All right, class. Did you read The Princess and the Pea?
Yes.
And yes.
Very good. Now, who can tell me the story about it?
I do.
Go ahead.
The story tells of a prince who wants to marry a princess, but is having difficulty finding a suitable wife. Something is always wrong with those he meets and he cannot be certain they are real princesses, because they have bad table manners or they are not his type. One stormy night a young woman drenched with rain seeks shelter in the prince's castle. She claims to be a princess, so the prince's mother decides to test their unexpected guest, by placing a pea in the bed she has offered for the night, covered by huge mattresses and 20 feather beds. In the morning, the guest tells her hosts that she endured a sleepless night, kept awake by something hard in the bed that she is certain has bruised her. With the proof of her bruised back, the princess passes the test and the prince rejoices happily. A huge wedding takes place in the palace. The prince could not believe that he found his true princess. Only a real princess would have the sensitivity to feel a pea through such a quantity of bedding, so the two are married. The story ends with the pea being placed in a museum, where, according to the story, it can still be seen today unless someone has stolen it.
Nice, Salam. I never thought that you didn't read the story, but now, you did. You are now getting an A+ instead of an F-. I am super proud of you.
Yay. Thank you, kind Mr. Harvey.
You're welcome. Anyways, let's move on to the next subject. Shall we?
Okay.
And okay.
Good.